Everybody like, hey, are you ready to go? Ready to go. Everybody like, hey.
Alright, what the hell is up, y'all? Soul here, and welcome back to my story mode. Alright, so I'm sure as a lot of you guys know who may have even bothered to find this video and click on it, No More Heroes 3 comes out at the end of this week, meaning that this video has kind of a time limit on it, so hopefully this gets out to you guys by the proper time, but I wanted to talk about it because I love No More Heroes as a series. I got into it really late, true enough, but I am really glad that I got into it when I did. I've fallen absolutely in love with this dumbass out-of-pocket series, and I couldn't imagine not having it in my life as it is right now. So, a decade later, and one really weird, awkward spin-off sequel thing later, in between bridge game thing, I don't even know what you want to call it, but after all of that, we're finally getting the true third installment, and your boy could not be happier to receive it, okay? Now, to be honest with you guys, No More Heroes Travis Strikes Back kind of scared the hell out of me a little bit, because when before we first got it, Suda51, the creator of the series, was like, yo, I'm only gonna make the third installment of the game if this one sells well, which is like, okay, the statement in of itself is bonkers, but it also makes sense in a weird way. Does that make sense? Okay, here, let me explain. On one hand, you haven't released any games in the series for over a decade, so obviously who knows how much time and money somebody's willing to invest into a series that they know is not going to do well, you know? Like, or he doesn't know if it's not going to do well. It's just valid to assume that the people that are, you know, that were playing it 10 years ago may not be playing it now. So, he's creating this weird spin-off thing, you know, to generate more money and funds for the bigger, real project. And so it was like, okay, it makes sense. If this game doesn't sell well, that would mean that you would kind of come to the conclusion, okay, nobody really cares about the series anymore, and I should probably move on to another one of my weird, very unique projects, because Suda's a very unique creator. I'll say it like that. He's very interesting with his craft, but let him do it, bro. Just let that man run, please. Never slow that man down, for the love of God. But you would assume that it wouldn't generate enough money so that you could get a third installment. Whatever, it makes sense as to why he would say that statement. But on the other hand, it's like, this probably wouldn't sell as well as you may think because it's a spin-off. This is I mean, I guess it's technically a bridge game that's canon to the story. It may be important for the main game, but I'm not entirely sure, to be completely honest with you. So, you know, for us, it's just like, this isn't going to sell well because this isn't the game that we want. We want the third game. That game is going to sell well because that's the game that we want. So it was kind of a weird in-between. And me personally, if he hadn't said that, I'll be completely honest with you, I would not have bought the game. The only reason I bothered with Travis Strikes Back is because he said that otherwise we're not getting a No More Heroes 3. So I'm like, fine, I guess. So I supported it like the greedy child that I am that just really wants to get his hands on a No More Heroes 3. I was just like, fine, if I have to do it, I have to do it. So I grabbed it, played through it, saw it through to the end, and I was actually pleasantly surprised. At the end of No More Heroes Travis Strikes Back, I'm going to go ahead and suggest that if you don't want spoilers for that game, if you haven't played it yet for whatever reason, I suggest you leave now. Cool. At the end of that game, there was a little sneak peek or tidbit or whatever you want to call it of a little like a No More Heroes 3 like kind of tech thing. Like it was almost like a little like just base tech demo. Like you can move around as Travis in a big empty space, and then you go up to hit an enemy, and Travis is like, you know, Travis, he goes to break the fourth wall as he does, and is like, hey yo, what you think you doing, man? This ain't ready for you yet. Get the hell out of here. You better scramble like an egg before you get folded like an omelet. You feel me? He was not playing games. And so we got booted out, and then we got I think that came after the credits sequence, actually. But either way, it put my heart at ease because I was like, thank the gods. Thank God he was just toying with us. He wanted us to buy. The reason he said that was because he wanted us to see that, you know, No More Heroes 3 was already in development. Like, they were already working on it. They just wanted us to see, you know, the little bridge story that maybe leads into things, and then that little scene at the end there that lets you know, hey, don't worry, we've got you. We know what you want. We're gonna give it to you. So, thank you, Suda, you monster. Thank you, God. Okay, so that put my heart at ease. I was very happy to see that, and I'm very glad at this point now that, you know, we're only a week away, just a couple, no, not even a full week, like a couple of days away at this point, like not even a full 4 days before No More Heroes 3 comes out, or at least at this point in time of my recording. So, awesome, dope, I can't wait, I literally cannot wait. So, No More Heroes 3 is getting close right now, and they've actually started releasing a lot of gameplay. Like, there's been drips and pieces, like, they've been drip feeding gameplay every now and again. They showed some off at E3, I believe. It was after the it was way after the presentation. They released a treehouse, but it wasn't live. It was just like treehouse gameplay, but they didn't show it during the live version. So it was like kind of snuck into the channel. Like, they just, almost like they didn't want people to see it. It's like, what are y'all doing? Why was this so hidden away? Y'all didn't even advertise it properly. Like, what are you doing? So, I mean, whatever, I guess. It really goes to show how they feel about that. I don't really know, but either way, they showed off a lot of gameplay there. They had another showcase recently with like half an hour of full gameplay of like, there was some roaming, I believe. There was some combat. There was a boss, I think. I don't know who the boss was or anything. I saw a little bit of the free roam. I saw like 2 seconds of the apartment. Whatever. I have been avoiding gameplay because it's so close at this point that I was like, I don't really want to see anything. I want to go in as surprised as possible. Like, I want to see how everything looks and get excited, like, on the spot. Like, I don't want to go in and be like, oh yeah, they showed this in the game. Like, no, I want to be excited. So I've actually kind of avoided a lot of gameplay because I want to enjoy everything as blind as possible, you know? I wish we could get more scattered gameplay. If games were bigger, just in general, if games were just a lot bigger, not to say that they aren't, however, we're getting to the point where they reveal games so early that by the time we get our hands on them, we know half of the story, like just about half or just more than half of the story. We know just so much that it's like, I paid full price for half a game because I already knew half of this stuff already, you know, all these unique, interesting mechanics that I could have learned on my own or in the game by just playing around. They taught me like 6 months ago at E3 and then repeated it through and through and taught us how to abuse the mechanic at some point because it was so close, and they just wanted to advertise it and make sure you picked up the game, which I get it. I understand advertisement's very important, but they show so much. So I'm just like, okay, no, I don't want to see anything. I'm just gonna avoid gameplay at this point. I've seen a little bit, but not enough to like know everything that's going on. Okay, so that's where I'm at going into this video. So just be forewarned that I may be asking for something and you may be like, wait, that's already in the game, or wait, they already deconfirmed that can't be a thing, or something like that. So if it is, cool, tell me. That's totally fine. You know, just be weary about how you tell me. I don't want any crazy spoilers, but yeah. So that's where I'm at right now. So this is my pretty much just my final thoughts before the games come out, or before this game comes out, because I never really got the chance to talk about it beforehand, because for the last couple months I've been working on Pokemon stuff. So either way, I have my thoughts so far. This is what my you could call it a wish list is. Let's go down and talk about it. Okay, so I want to talk about before I get to my wish list, I want to talk about my thoughts on the game so far. The little tidbit that I've seen, I want to talk about. Like, I really want to just jib-jab about what looks good or what doesn't look good so far of the little bit that I've seen, okay? Starting off, the battle gameplay looks so solid. The combat looks really smooth, and they always manage to find a way to do that. Like, they always find some unique way to make the battling and the combat look more unique than the previous game, and yet somehow like similar like it's still similar. Like Travis fights the same way he always has, very aggressive with his katana, his beam katana and everything like that. But at the same time, his movements in this game are so much smoother and so much more unique that it's just like again, it feels like another better version of what we had previously. And I'm super excited to actually have that combat accessible in my hands. Just being able to swing the beam katana again, being able to just sumo, what is it? Use like sumo moves or wrestling moves on these aliens or whatever we're fighting. It looks really fun, really solid, really comfortable, and really just smooth. Like it's just, it looks like it's gonna feel like a good game. Like one of those things where it's just gonna be hard to put down. It's gonna be like, one more level, and it just feels so good to rock your enemies. Like it just, I can't wait for that. I can't wait to have that on my Pro Controller on the big screen. Like I'm really looking forward to that. Because you know they did a really good job of translating you know, Wii controls over to the Switch and everything like that, so that I was able to play with a Pro Controller. So if that felt that good, I can't imagine how a game dedicated to Switch controls is going to feel. Like it's gonna feel amazing. I can absolutely promise you that it's gonna look awesome. Next, I want to talk about how it's really nice that we're in a generation where games like this are finally allowed to have really detailed graphics and facial features and backgrounds, because again, this is a series that was pretty much stuck on the Wii for a long time, and as good of a console as the Wii was, it was not powerful in the graphics department. It literally could not handle could it handle 60 frames? No, I don't know. I just know that it was most games on there, you know, it was notorious for the quote-unquote third version of the game. There was a PS3 version, there was the Xbox 360 version, and then there was the Wii version. And the Wii version always looked super ugly in comparison. Okay, look at like Sonic Unleashed. You remember Sonic Unleashed? We had the PS3 version and we had the Xbox 360 version. The Wii version was so far off level-wise and design-wise from the original two that it didn't even look or feel like the same game. Like that's how like it also didn't look all that good to me. Like everything looked like clay to me in that version. So I mean, that's just my take on it, but just an example of how notorious it was for games that ended up on the Wii to look. So I'm really glad that they were able to find everything they needed to make this game look as pretty as possible. It's very nice to actually be able to see like proper facial features and expressions and things like that. We could actually see Travis's eyes. Like it looks like it's gonna feel right. Like, and it looks like emotionally, like it's gonna be nice to see actual expressions and things like that. And good lord, is that gore gonna be detailed as all living hell. It's gonna be nuts. But I'm here for it. I'm actually really here for it. Backgrounds and stuff like that. Like I said, I got a glimpse of the apartment, and oh my god, it looks really good. Like, it looks so good in comparison to that tight-ass apartment that we've had access to for the first two games. Like, when we would walk into the apartment, it felt so damn packed. Like, it felt compacted, you know? So I'm really looking forward to that big open space they have. He's still in that freaking motel, bro. Of course he is. I love Travis, that idiot. So I'm really looking forward to seeing graphically just how much everything has progressed, you know? Even if it doesn't look the most amazing, especially because it's on Switch and everything like that, there is a lot of limitations on the Switch, I have to admit. But again, in comparison to what we had on the Wii, I feel like we're gonna see that and we're gonna be like, oh yeah, this has definitely come a long way. I'm looking forward to seeing how that looks. From the little bit that I'm seeing, I'm really looking forward to the dialogue. The dialogue looks absolutely just batshit crazy. Like it's exactly what you would expect from a No More Heroes game. You know, if you're familiar with it, awesome. If you're not familiar with it, you're gonna go in and be like, what is this nonsense? But trust me when I say they released the first two games on the Switch for a reason earlier last year, and you need to get on that. Late last year. And you need to get on that, because otherwise you're not going to be used to the zany, absolutely maniacal dialogue that happens between these characters, all the constant fourth wall breaking, all the constant just hardcore just swearing and innuendos and things like that. This is an absolutely ridiculous series, and it doesn't take itself so seriously that it's just chaos. It's just pure, unadulterated chaos. And it's just good fun, right? So, if you're going into No More Heroes 3 completely blind with no prior knowledge of the other two games, good luck to you. But for everybody else that's caught up on the series and they're ready to go because they bought the games when they came out on Switch a couple months back, we're gonna have a grand time. I promise you. That dialogue is absolutely nuts, and I can't wait for y'all to just bust out laughing at some of the absolutely ridiculous moments that are gonna happen in this game, because I know that that's gonna happen. Like, I will play through the older games and I will still bust up laughing at some of the stupid shit that Travis pulls. It's so funny. It's so funny. So hopefully everybody's really looking forward to that. Moving along here, I did see a snippet of the free roam. Here's my thing. This is probably one of the main primary gripes that I have with the free roam, is simply the fact that so far, to be completely honest with you, that frame rate does not look like the stuff, my guy. It looks like it is struggling when you are driving around on that bike, okay? I'm just praying to the gods that for whatever reason, that only happened to look like that, because whatever they were using to record the gameplay was not having it with the driving around situation and trying to handle all of their different internets or something. I don't know. I'm just praying to the gods that it does not look like that, because there's no time to fix that anymore. It's too late. So if that frame rate really does look like that, that is going to easily be the worst part of the game. It's going to look so ugly. I don't know why. If it does look like that, I don't know how or why they really thought that they would be able to get away with something like that this day and age. They really just sacrificed that entire situation, the free roam, to get the game out a little bit quicker. Even though the game has been, we've known about No More Heroes 3 for like the better part of 2 years now, right? So it's like, what was the rush? We waited this long. Why did that have to happen? I don't understand. So, I don't know. Again, I'm just hoping that it doesn't actually look like that. There's just no way that we saw the frame rate for that everybody saw the frame rate for that bike while developing it, or for the free roaming on the bike. There's no way they saw that and they were like, okay, looking good. Fire. Come on now. Come on now. There was literally an entire, not free roaming situation, but there was an entire bike situation in, what is that? Astral Chain, right at the get-go. There was literally no frame rate issues at all. And there was so much happening on that screen. There's no way. That's due to the limitations of the Switch by itself. That one comes directly from them. There's just no way. I just can't believe it. I'm sorry. So, hopefully that gets fixed, because otherwise the free roam is going to look so ugly, and it's gonna be the worst part of the game. Like, because that's the primary point. We're gonna be going around most likely doing odd jobs and stuff like that, like Travis does, to get money to pay for the hotel and to pay for new jobs and things like that. And we're gonna be driving around, and we're gonna be like, oh, I have to do this again. Can I just get to the level, please? Because I just want to go fight. So we have to see that often, and if that's hindering us, it's gonna get on our nerves, and we're gonna hate it. So just saying, we have to look at that often. So hopefully, whatever happened with that recorder is what really messed up what that frame rate looked like. Because I really just, yeesh. Good luck to you, Chief. Good luck to you. Either way. So that just about does it for what I think so far. I haven't really seen much else, but whatever the case may be, even with all that as a situation, I'm still very much looking forward to the game, picking it up day one. I'll probably do like a midway review and then a full review on this channel here as soon as I'm midway through it and then done with it. So we'll talk about that when we talk about that. But for now, for the time being, why don't we start talking about my little wish list here. This is not a huge wish list. It's just little things that I really want to see by the time this game comes out. Or rather, in the game when I play it this upcoming Friday. So, for starters, I don't want the game to be too reliant on money, okay? So, here's the thing. I liked what they did with 2 here. I liked what they did with 2, No More Heroes 2, to be specific, what they did was they set up a situation where instead of going around and doing odd jobs so that you could pay for the next job, they set it up so that you could just go fight whenever you want. However, you can earn a lot of money and do different things to help Travis grow as, you know, a character, you know, just leveling up his strength, his stamina, getting better katanas and things like that, or beam katanas specifically, getting new outfits if you want to decorate him, you know. They set that up in a much better way, in a preferable way, okay? And while I do love No More Heroes 1, please don't get that twisted, I love No More Heroes 1, but being able to just go to the mission whenever I wanted, whenever I felt like I was ready, and it felt great. I didn't feel forced to go out of my way to go get money and have to do an absurd amount of odd jobs just to be able to progress in the game. Having the option to go out of my way to get all the money felt better because I felt like I was getting rewarded instead of being punished for not getting money. So, with that in mind, I was very much actually looking forward to the rest of the game because, you know, I was more excited to get in the levels. I was more excited to level up, get everything that I needed stat-wise so that I could go into the next level feeling like a god, okay? Hopefully, I just want that feeling again. I don't want to feel pressure to have to get money just so I can progress in the game because it's just going to feel that much more tedious. Again, for its time, it was a solid game, and it's not that it's a bad mechanic, it's just that compared to the first game and the second game felt a lot better to have it as an optional thing as opposed to a mandatory thing. It felt more natural, it felt nicer, and I felt like I was getting rewarded. So hopefully they can recreate something like that with this free roam, and hopefully I'm going to be able to just traverse through Santa Destroy, go out of my way to do odd jobs so that when I'm getting all this money, I can use it to buy things that I need for the next level instead of going out of my way just to pay my way to the next fight. Don't really care to see that again. If it does happen, whatever, but preferably I don't want to take a step back is all I'm saying. That's how I feel about it. Next up, I want side quests in the same vein as 2 again. There's a lot of things that I liked about 2 that just because 2 was just a straight up improvement for the first game, and it was just a almost damn near perfect sequel, okay? I loved being able to do side quests from 2 that allow us to get access to, if you go out of your way to do them, you get access to more money, better equipment, and things like that, so that you felt like you were going out of your way and getting rewarded for actually doing these missions. So, with that in mind, hopefully they recreate something like that and allow us to earn more things. Like, for example, I want to be able to go out of my way, do side quests that pop up in the overworld, and then get access to, you know, new beam katana equipment, new wrestling moves, maybe some special equipment that'll, you know, power Travis up. I don't know. Hopefully something good. Just saying, I would love to see something like that. That's all I'm really asking. Hopefully they're in the same vein as 2, and because 1 didn't really have many side quests, right? Or did it? No. Those were odd jobs. Yeah, no. I want 2's side quests. That's all I'm asking for. So, that's just how I see it, okay? Moving along here, I want to be able to keep the unique weaponry, okay? I loved the variety of weaponry that's always been in the games. Make sure you keep that same energy. That's all I'm asking for, really. The energy with the weaponry has always been phenomenal. Having completely different fighting styles for every single weapon, and all of them having unique looking styles and things like that. You can have a favorite weapon and things like it was awesome. I loved having the different weaponry access, and hopefully they keep that same exact energy, okay? Also, a bonus thing, if you guys could, I would totally love it if you still had the option mid-level to change weaponry, to be able to just on the fly be like, okay, I'm done using this beam katana, I want to start using this one to mop my boys, okay? Not my boys, what? Mop the aliens? Not my boys are okay, alright? To whoop some ass, essentially. I want to be able to switch on the fly if I want to change to a different fighting style that will maybe help me progress through the level better. Awesome. That's what I would love to do. If I want to switch to a much stronger beam katana for heavier enemies, if I want to switch to something a lot lighter, if I want to move quicker around the field, boom, we got it, okay? So, long story short, that's what I want to see. Just keep that energy, is all I'm saying. Moving along here, y'all, I really hope that Jean is still a huge thing. I love Jean so much. If you don't know, Jean is Travis's cat. I love that damn cat. Okay? In the second game, we were able to do Jean workouts because she got super fat, and so we exercised with her. And I think you got like a special bonus for actually properly training her or for working out with her. So, I want that back. I hope she got fat again so that we could work out with her and do actual other workouts, okay? Or even bring back the ones from 2. If they were to literally bring back just that, even just repeat that mechanic right there, I wouldn't even be mad about it, bro. It would be kind of cheap, but I wouldn't even be mad about it just because I love those damn workouts. I love working out with that freaking cat, okay? That's all I'm saying. So, with that in mind, bring the Jean workouts back, make her fat again so that we could get her skinny again. Love those games. That was a fun little mini game. Awesome. And speaking of mini games, a side thing that I didn't even actually write on my list here, if we are to do some odd jobs, let's have a balance between the overworld side jobs as well as the mini game side jobs that are like 2D. If we could bring those back, that would be dope. I love the 2D, the little 2D side jobs, like the bug collecting situation. Obviously, it wouldn't be the exact same mini games or anything like that to get money. It would probably be something a lot more unique. So, just saying, if we could have a balance between both, maybe like, you know, for example, one that's like the scorpion collecting, and then another one that's like the bug collecting in 2. If we could have a balance of mini games just like that, that would be awesome. Just saying. And then my last thing, the last like real true want that I feel like I need here is just some actual backstory on Travis for once, because I just want more story, okay? We learned a lot about Travis, especially in the second game. We know he's an assassin. You know, we know in the second one he just wanted to get revenge for his boy. And he's still mysterious as hell to me. Like, we found out he has a brother. We found out he has an older sister, I think. Like, there's just a whole backstory about Travis that we just don't know. Like, where did he come from? Like, did his parents suck her too or something? I think he briefly mentioned that his parents were ass or something. Like, I don't remember. Like, where did he come from? What is his past like? Like, that he doesn't know about any of this stuff, you know? I think it was kind of briefly explained, but not well enough. Like, Travis was like, okay, screw you. I don't care if you're my brother. Are you gonna fight me or not? Because if you're in the ranking, I'm gonna kill you. So, just saying, I want more backstory on Travis and just more general story that's a little bit more focused. If you guys can make it funny, awesome. But I want to learn more about these characters. Where are they coming from? I don't even know. Everybody's so weird and unique and fun. I just want to learn more about the characters. That's all I'm saying. So that's where I'm at with that. So that actually just about does it for all of my thoughts, or my final thoughts rather, on No More Heroes 3. Long story short, I'm really looking forward to this game when it comes out on Friday. I'm probably going to beat it within the weekend, I promise you. However, it's going to be one of those situations where I absolutely replay it for years to come, because it's just going to be a good game. It's just going to be a good, mindless, like, 20 hours. Like, I know how these games operate, and that's exactly why I want it. It's very much set the standard for what this series is, and they've done a good job of doing so, which is why I'm really excited and looking forward to it, and I know pretty much exactly what to expect for the most part. And I love it. I love that. So I'm going into this game knees deep on Friday, and I will probably do some kind of review thing situation. We'll see how it happens. Whatever. I would love to live stream it, but I don't really see a point in that. Not right now, at least. Or maybe if this does, like, really, this has to go balls to the wall good. Okay, this video has to do balls to the wall good to inspire me to do a stream playthrough of No More Heroes, which I would not mind doing, but that's up to y'all. So, either way, I'm looking forward to it. But that about does it for me. I'm going to go ahead and pass the mic to you guys. I want to hear what you guys think about No More Heroes. Do you think it's going to be a fire third installment? Do you think it's absolutely going to go balls to the wall? Do you think it's going to have everything that we've ever wanted in a No More Heroes game? Or do you think it's going to absolutely just fall through the cracks? It's going to be complete ass. Travis is not going to be a good main character anymore. Just the most out there predictions, whatever. I want to hear everything that you guys have to say about No More Heroes 3 before it comes out. Make sure to hit, just tell me before the game comes out. I want to know. But with that, it does appear to be Skedaddle Clock, so I'm gonna go ahead and do just that. I want to thank you guys ever so much for watching. I truly do hope you enjoyed. Do me the greatest favor of dropping a like and a comment, and consider subscribing for more content just like this. And with that, I'll be seeing you guys later. Do me the greatest favor, taking good ass care, and I'll see you guys next time.